Oh, I see we have some Harry Potter love in the chat room. That's totally random. That's not how I usually start these streams. But I just wanted to say hi. I don't think I've ever seen your name here. Welcome, welcome. If you are new, please do say hi. Type new in the chat room. I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, so I like to see that. Welcome. This is live Q&A today. We're just gonna have fun. We're wrapping the week up together. If you have questions about Zoom, I've been talking about Zoom a lot because I'm on a mission to kill bad Zoom experiences. If you have questions about, live video tech, like my 12 camera video studio, if these are both behind the scenes into two different setups. If you have questions about audience growth, about making more money from your content, whatever, I am here to answer your questions or find an answer if I don't know. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, are these not in the store yet? Hold on. Are you telling me? Ooh, it's not firing. I just had this problem with this overlay. I must have loaded this overlay in weird. The math. Why isn't it going? I just reloaded it. OMG. Where is it? Okay, I don't have the math overlay, oddly enough. But when are those going into the store? Was the question. Tina, I thought they were already in the store, to be honest. Are they not in the store? Tina, yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but welcome M2 Game Bros. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I see Christian in the house, Marcus. Where is everybody from? Let me know. Tina, I could be wrong. Kathleen says not in the store yet. We also have something pretty magical coming soon. I am so excited about the next thing that we're putting in the store. Like, I can't even tell you. Oh, it's so good. It's so different than anything we've done. So good. But that's not today. That's just a little bit of like heads up, because the magical Mr. Paul Dixon has been being quite magical lately. That's funny. We've got Tucson, Earth, LA, love, 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 Kansas City, at the beach. Oh, dude. I can't be complaining. I just got back from the beach myself, so I can't complain. Or say I'm jealous because I was just there. Like the new things. Yes, Sammy. Oh, M2 found us from vidIQ. Love your content. Thank you so much. And in fact, I just got done shooting 2 new videos for this YouTube channel this morning, and it's only 10 a.m. What have you been doing all day? So speaking of that, I have 2 videos that I just shot this morning, whipped those things out, and I'm excited to get those released to you. And I need your help with one of them. I cannot complete it without one piece of B-roll, and I need your help for that. So at the end, after we end this, after the credits roll and we dance this baby out in an hour, I'm gonna ask you to join me on Zoom. Anybody who wants to. It'll be like 15 minutes max. I just need to like tell you what we're doing, get you to take some actions on Zoom. I cannot complete that video without you. So I would love to have you join. If you have the time to spend after we're done with this show, just hop on Zoom, let us record you. We are going to be putting that out publicly, so do not show up if you don't want to be on my channel. And camera must be on. Yes, if you can't join with a camera, please don't join. Do join only with the camera because that is necessary for the B-roll that we need So, I already watched 2 videos. That's totally the same. There you go. I shot 2 videos. You watched 2 videos. Thank you all for always remembering to tell people to like the video. I always forget. So I appreciate you. You shot 2 videos too? Amazing. Amazing. We're all like, boom. Awesome. Okay. So, yeah, what questions do you have? I definitely have been harping on Zoom a little lately. What is this camera doing? Why are you doing that, camera? It's confused about what to focus on. Hold on. I'll be right back. We'll see if that helps. But, okay. So, we asked you, those of you who are on our email list and on social paying attention, we asked you recently about like what you were interested in learning more about this year. Because as you know, we have a line of services that we do the work for you to set up your pro video stuff. We have courses on that. We have a lot of, we have the free YouTube channel. We have a lot of tools for you to learn everything you need to know about the tech of video and live video. And we also had been hearing some requests, and so we sent out a request to you to learn what you wanted from us this year. And by far, you all were like, more professional Zoom, better Zoom, more engaging Zoom stuff like virtual events or calls or any of that kind of stuff, right? So meetings, webinars, if you do that, live trainings. And, you know, Zoom is by far, like I'm gonna just step over the line here. I'm just gonna go there for a second and say, Zoom is better than even this kind of streaming, right? Like Zoom is the most powerful form of live streaming because you get to do all of this fancy stuff if you want to, and have that in Zoom and have the two-way communication, right? I can see your faces in Zoom. I can react. I can adjust. I do this all the time. I adjust the training that I'm doing in Zoom in order, because I'm like watching your faces, because I can then see that you are either not getting it or that you need a little bit deeper of information or I need to back up, right? Like it's so freaking powerful. It's amazing. So whether you have all of the fancy tech stuff or not, you can do some really, really cool stuff in Zoom. And so we are launching, or we have a live workshop training on how to get Zoom to be higher quality, but without fancy extra costly stuff. And also how to make it super engaging, how to make it interactive, how to get people to turn their cameras on, show up and participate so that your webinars, live trainings, calls, meetings, I mean, literally, even if you have a day job and you can show up and do the things that we're gonna show you in this 90-minute training, it's like super quick, but it's gonna transform your Zoom experience. And your boss is just like, oh my gosh, like you look better, like you look more professional. Like I trust you more, right? I mean, even when we just show up looking a little better than everybody else, that adds so much credibility and trust in you. So link is in the description. I'm sure it's in the chat as well. I'm really excited about this because you asked us to create it. So we created it and we're gonna do this on March 1st. So get in there. And then we are going to be able to just hang out on Zoom. We're gonna teach you how to do it as a one-person show. It's gonna be good. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. First step on the mission to get people to turn the camera on, turn it on yourself. Yeah, definitely, right? Hello, how are you, everyone? I see coming in late. you know what you're supposed to do if you come in late. The math equations overlay is totally me. I love that, right? Stefan, do I have an ECAMM coupon code? So if you follow my link, I don't believe it's not a discount. I don't believe there are any discounts out there. But if you want to support me, this channel, you can use my link to grab yourself ECAMM 4.0, which is new and amazing and incredible. Let's see. I'm just looking back up. Okay, too bad Zoom doesn't let us do music collaboration because of broadcast delay. Well, that's not Zoom. It's like literally anything, right? Because that the ever so slight delay can really mess with you on music stuff. Late. All right, David's brought cookies. Yes. All right. Wit, will portions or aspects of the Zoom workshop have relevance to other styles of live streaming? I think I know what you mean by that. Can you clarify? I want to make sure I'm answering you correctly, but yes, this isn't about a specific style of streaming exactly. So it's like, how are you going to utilize the features within Zoom, the tools that you can master as a one-person show to really create an engaging, fun, memorable experience and put your own personality into that. It's not about doing it like me. It's about using and knowing what you have available to you to be able to do so. And so many people don't know everything that Zoom can do. And so that's what the training is going to be about. The tools and the engagement factor. Yeah. Oh no. Yes, you have answered my question. Perfect, Wit. Thank you. All right, Chris brought the Timmys. Uh-oh. All right, there was another question I thought I saw. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Recently discovered Twitch doesn't allow multi-streaming for Twitch affiliates. I pay $150 a year through Streamlabs who promote multi-streaming, and only you found that out now. Yeah, Twitch is very, very like hardcore about not wanting you to multi-stream. Really, they're the only platform that does that, and it is frustrating, right? I will also say though, on the side of that, you know, when it comes to multi-streaming, it's not always the right thing to do, right? Like we kind of want to get the word out and slap it on as many platforms as we can possibly do so. And it's also not always the right choice, because think about how different Twitch is from YouTube, right? Even with the same features, different language. Let's take raiding, for example. And by the way, I'm hoping next week I have someone to raid who I've been helping get set up with live streaming. He has a pretty cool channel. So anyway, that's next week, hopefully. But anyway, so Twitch raid, right, is like so engaging. It's so awesome. There's it's a part of the culture of Twitch. And yet YouTube has the same feature called, I always redirect. It's like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. YouTube has redirect, which we can do, and it doesn't have the same culture, the same feeling, the same environment, or even the same language. And so when you're multi-streaming to two different locations, Twitch and YouTube, for example, then you kind of have to adjust for each audience, and that can make it a little bit less engaging. It can make it a little bit more confusing for the audience who don't see each other, right? So there are times when it's better not to, and really create platform specific content. So for what it's worth, that's the reason Twitch does that. And so I get that it's frustrating. Well, they probably do it for a couple of reasons. One being that, and the other being just hoarding, making sure that you're not putting your content elsewhere. They want exclusive content. But at the end of the day, oh, did they? Twitch actually relaxed some of their simulcasting rules recently? Okay, I missed that. So that's, okay, that's interesting. When you say relaxed, what's the actual, like, how relaxed? Aw, thanks, Anthony. All right. So oh, it's not here yet. I was thinking I had a box of goodies to show you guys, some really cool tech stuff that's not like cameras. I'm really excited about a box that I'm about to get of stuff for the desk, for the studio desk, and for the space itself. I think you guys are gonna love what when I get this box in that they're sending me, this studio is gonna look different just from the behind the scenes perspective, not from the camera, but from the behind the scenes perspective. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm guessing somebody asked for that. Yes, my Instagram is Larry Petrucci, my name. Larry Petrucci on Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook live streaming pros as well. YouTube is live streaming pros. Twitter is Larry Petrucci, because we gotta confuse you. Because what else? Twitch does not allow multi-streaming for extended periods of time. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. New toys, multiple toys, multiple. And I don't know about you, but I'm like an organization freak. Not that you can necessarily tell from today's studio environment, right? I was doing some extra stuff. But is that camera still zooming in and out? I don't think it is. Is it fixed? Has anybody noticed? Anyway, so happy I caught you live. I'm never home anymore. Well, I'm glad that you're home, and I'm glad that you're here as well. Extra points if you find all of my social accounts. Yes, exactly. Let's see. When it comes to your setup, your tech setup, where are you right now? What are you struggling with? Let me know in the comments. We've got a lot of tech videos that are coming your way. As you also know, I am working on a bit of a personal project as well. Some more information about that coming soon. Callie just finished up a poll in the chat room. Do you use Zoom? Of course, 78%. Nah, 21%. Really? 21% of you don't use Zoom? Why? Like, do you not do that for your... Why? That's a foreign concept to me. But I do know people who use Meet or Teams, the other options, honestly, like, ugh, in my opinion. Like, I'm sorry, Google, but Meet is just really bad. Just really bad. But that's a personal opinion. Yes, tech is the easy part. You fixed your tech problem. Fantastic. Teams is the worst. 21% is clearly trolling. Clearly, right? Meet equals pain. I had a really important client call. They wanted to do it on Meet, and sometimes that happens, so we went on Meet. I was like 6 minutes late because I couldn't, into a 30-minute call. 6 minutes into a 30-minute call. Because I couldn't get in. It wouldn't let me in. And then I had no audio the whole call. Like, there was no audio because it was being funky the way Meet always is. So I'm just like, come on. Oh my God. I've got this craving. Not a need. Have I trained you too well? I think I've trained you all so well that you don't need the high tech. That now you're like, oh, maybe I won't buy that. I love that. And this kid school use Teams. Ugh. Skype. What's that? Does that even exist anymore? Come on now. when you need a new camera, or if, you know, like that's okay. That's okay. But yes, I'm glad that you kind of recognize the difference between crave and need. What I would love for you all to do is spend the money on, you know, the right pieces of tech, abso-freaking-lutely, and at the right times, right? And also be able to reinvest a lot of that money that you might overspend on tech sometimes because you're around here. And also like find opportunities to hire an editor or hire, you know, like invest in your channel as a business. That can be a really powerful thing to do. Let me see. We're streaming hybrid event by multi-LTE bonding to YouTube, Facebook, and Insta by live view. Fantastic. How to work with the delay 5 seconds when also streaming by Zoom to integrate meeting callers. Okay, so there's always going to be some delay in streaming, like that just exists. And so what I think you're asking is, you know, how do you kind of manage the fact that you're bringing in meeting callers? I would bring them in separately, you know, so you're not streaming and then bringing them back, because that's going to be that's going to cause the problem that you're worried about. You can bring them in separately, like as an interview, and manage it that way so that you then have clear, no delay between the people that you're talking to on a meeting, and then that stuff is being transferred out to the stream itself. Does that make sense? That's the way I would run that. And that will, and then from there, any delay that you're gonna have is literally just a communication delay between the time when you say something, your audience hears it and chats to you. But 5 seconds is not bad at all. The school uses Meet. apparently all the schools are using like Meet and Teams. Camera or a new computer, toys? Wait, look. We all do. We all spend too much on tech. Look at my studio. Of course I've spent too much on tech. I get it. But also, it's my job to show you the possibilities. Like, it's my job. Excuse, but it kind of is. And so, anyway, if you do have any tech questions, whether you should buy a camera or not, or which one to buy, let me know. Type Q in front of that question, and that will make its way into my queue. And by the way, super chats do take priority. I'm making sure super chat is on. It wasn't. Okay, let's see. Do type Q in front of the question. That way I do see it, but I will try and get anything that I don't see as well. Why not? Oh, you're not talking to me. Sorry. I was like, huh? What are you talking about? Built a killer music studio. Now I just need to learn how to use all of the software. I thought you were about to say, now I just need to learn how to use all the instruments. I was gonna be like, Dean, do we need to have a conversation? But don't you worry, Dean. You're an accelerator program member, which, by the way, we have a giveaway coming up next week for you guys, you members. But we are you have access to all of the training to be able to manage the software. So you are good. I wish the learning could go by faster. Newsflash, right? Yeah, so the quick start guides that you have access to, which if you're not an accelerator, you can purchase separately. Like they're just quick starts. They're how to get started, how to get that software set up super fast, super easily. Thank you for the cookies, David. All right, let's see. Where was I answering that? Yeah, so sometimes the learning curve, right? Like, yes. sometimes we want it to just be like super fast, but this is a lot, the software aspect of it, the Stream Deck, a lot of it's about muscle memory. And so it does take some practice. And I was just having this conversation with somebody in one of my private communities, and he was gonna go live, and he has a large channel. He was gonna go live and without testing, right? Without like doing anything. And so encouraging them to make sure that they test. And that's part of this, is kind of getting used to it, muscle memory, and also troubleshooting, right? Because something's gonna go wrong at some point during your streaming career, whether it's a day or 10 years. You do need to kind of start to understand, like, okay, well, when this thing happens, that's my response to it. And that's, you know, it's normal. Okay. The super chat. Sorry, Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. Can you provide me good excuses to buy the fancy tech? Well, I mean, if your camera, if your video doesn't look as clear, if you say that it's your job, like I did, to have the latest and greatest, I'm trying here, Marcus. All right. I see a bunch of questions popping through, so keep asking questions. Put a Q in front of the question. Super chats take a priority. Tech reviews on live. There you go. That's a good excuse, right? There you go. I love the community help. Potter Crew, do you recommend... Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to hop around here for a second. I missed a couple. Do you recommend a GoPro, or what camera would be good for both streaming and other types of content? So great question. I don't recommend GoPros. It depends on what kind of content you're doing. So you say for both streaming and other types of content, what types of content are you talking about? If you're asking about a GoPro, is it that you're out and about? Let me know. But if it's like other just recorded videos in a studio, then I love the Sony ZV-E10. Now, here is the cool kicker about live streaming gear. If you set yourself up for live capabilities, meaning the camera that you choose, the computer that you choose, the capture cards, et cetera, are good for streaming, you can do any other form of content. Naturally, just like by default. If you set yourself up for video, just like any video setup, it won't necessarily work for live streaming. That's becoming less and less true over time, but it is still true. Thank you so much, Einar, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. If you're gonna be out and about, that's when we start looking at GoPros and things like that. But this behind the scenes camera right here is the ZV-1, which is a good point and shoot, but it's not my primary purpose camera. And also, if you haven't noticed this little pop-up that's happening occasionally, if you go here, live streaming pros, it's just going to pop up eventually while I'm pointing at it eventually. If you go livestreamingpros.com/gear, then it will give you a personalized shopping list for the type of content that you're creating. So if you're doing like fitness stuff versus talking head stuff, that's a different setup. And so we give you a full kit for free that gives you everything you need to buy, down to the cables, right? So it's not a crazy setup like this. It's a simple but professional setup, and all the things that you don't think about even as well. So if you want to go there, you can get that very easily. Let's see. Exactly. Yeah, they are very finicky. I'm not a big fan of the GoPros, and my personal experience. I don't know why I just felt the need to sing that. I don't sing. Y'all don't want to hear me sing. Like, what? What am I doing? Okay, Tim, member for 6 months. Any idea why YouTube hasn't pushed my quiz channel? Ooh, I love this question. Oh, all right. We're gonna get pumped up. You're about to get me on a rant here, Tim. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading the whole question. Any idea why YouTube hasn't pushed my quiz channel? I've been regular every week for the last 4 months, put in all the tags. I have regular players, lots of chat, and only have 44 subs. Okay, 2 things. Are you ready for a rant, everybody? Put rant in the chat room if you are into rants. 2 things. 1, subs don't matter anymore. Subs are a vanity metric. Subs do kind of give you some credibility. I love it. Marcus says, new segment, singing with Luria. Definitely not. Y'all really don't want to hear that. All right, I love the asking for the rants. Great. There you go, that was me singing. You got it. You'll play piano if I want to sing. But the thing is, I don't really sing. I guess I can kind of-ish, but I'm not a singer by any means. But I would love to hear you play the piano. Okay, so number 1, subs don't matter. They are vanity only. You can have lots of views if you hit the algorithm, right? You can have lots of views and not actually, right, I believe Renee said this recently. I can't remember who said this, but basically, if a viewer is going to watch one of your videos, that is going to tell the algorithm, whether they sub to you or not, that they're, that you're gonna show up in their feed more, right? Because you've taken action to watch it. So keep that in mind, okay? Now, secondly, I did start something now. Everybody's like, sing. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, funny. No karaoke. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get to the second part of my rant, I promise. This is the one thing that I am still scared to do. I don't get scared by much. I don't not do things. Improv was the other thing on my list for years, and then I did it because I was forced into it while streaming, so I just had to go there. And I did improv, actually had a pretty good experience with it. Made people laugh, people were actually laughing in the crowd at, not at me, but with me, right? And so I was like, okay, maybe I'm actually kind of good at that. But this is the thing that I refuse to do in my entire life. It scares me to death. Okay. Now, second part to the question. I know that we've kind of taken some tangents, chased some squirrels. The second part to this rant of why hasn't YouTube pushed my quiz channel? We've got to stop blaming YouTube. It's not YouTube's fault. It's our fault. When something isn't working, when we're not getting the views or the subs that we desire, what is it about your actions that you can change? What is it about your actions that can make people happier? When you make people happy, the algorithm responds as such. Now, you are saying, you have lots of engagement and stuff like that, but you need to do some research around other quiz type shows. How are they presenting it? Is that the right format, right? It's it's on you. It's not on YouTube's algorithm. The algorithm is human. Todd from YouTube has done entire speeches about this. The algorithm is based on human behavior. So when we please people and more of them, that's when we get the subs. That's when we get the being pushed out. So anyway, that's my rant. We gotta stop not taking, we gotta take responsibility. Start taking responsibility. Okay. Poo. But okay, go create some content. I guess that's okay. Welcome, Nathan. Aw. Okay, Marcus just gifted 5 subs. You are amazing. We're gonna get a bunch of triggers here. Hi Ho Silver, Frags, Rudy, Matt.
Welcome. Shutting down. Security breach. Scanning. Username accepted. Welcome.
I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Welcome to all our new members. Oh, that reminds me. Why are you asking if I'm okay? Am I like twitching or something? Like, am I giving like a signal that I don't realize I'm giving out? Or maybe because I'm chasing squirrels today. That reminds me. That's the chasing the squirrels. It's so funny though, because I was just having, okay, I'm gonna get back to what the memberships remind me of. I am kind of like all over the place today. I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday about this type of interaction where it feels like you're chasing squirrels and how that's not actually a really good thing. And they were like, but you do it really, you make it look easier than, you know, than it is. And now here I am today just being like, bah! And doing all the wrong things, quote unquote. Anyway, members, YouTube members, I promised you, because last time I was on stream, not last week, I guess, but 2 weeks ago, Abby hid the dog, and my Abby cam is not working. That's why I have this other camera on. So I gotta fix that. But Abby had just had tooth surgery. She's had some infections for quite some time, and so been getting rid of those, and so she was in a lot of pain. So she had surgery, and like you guys all super chatted for a puppuccino, for a pup cup from Starbucks. I did kind of record a video. It was really awkward because he was needing to scan he gave me usually they scan first and then give the pup cup, but then he did it the opposite way, and so I'm like recording, and then he needed to scan my app and then like to pay for the stuff, and it was a really awkward video, so I may have Callie or Dave, who's coming to town. Dave Peterson's coming to town today, guys. We get to hang out with Dave. Maybe we'll do a little bit of like behind the scenes content from that. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna have some fun. But anyway, it was a really awkward video, so I think I need some help recording it again, and I'll just get her an extra pup cup. She deserves it. She is doing fantastic. She had her checkup yesterday. Everything looked perfect. Her stitches are gone, and her appetite has increased, which is huge. She's not a food motivated dog by any means, and she doesn't eat a ton, and she's very picky. But I think that part of that was just tooth pain. So her appetite's increased, so that's good. Whoop, whoop. All right. Let me answer some more questions because I know I screwed up and I've been chasing squirrels all day. So it's okay. I've just been talking, chasing squirrels, answering questions, but I appreciate that you're here. All right, if you have a question, please do put a Q in front of the question. That way it makes its way into my queue because I'm getting to them in an order that they were received. Next question. I'm trying to I hopped around earlier. Okay, Tito. At some points during the live streaming using ECAMM Live, the audio skips, like multiple hiccups, or as when a DJ is sliding the vinyl with his hands back and forth. Audio issues like that can be from a number of issues or potential issues. One, is your computer crapping out, right? Is your computer not good enough to do the things that you're asking it to do? One way you can determine that is if you open Activity Monitor on the Mac. So the Mac has a native CPU usage real-time look. And so open Activity Monitor and it'll show you what your CPU is. If you're hitting in the if you're hitting above 50, we don't want that. But really, like if you're getting in the 80s, 90s, 100% CPU usage, that's likely the issue. Number two, it could be, I don't know if it's happening on your local end or just the viewer end. That's another question to kind of troubleshoot this. It could be an internet issue, but likely more it's the computer issue or the mic itself. So is it happening locally? That's going to be a mic issue potentially as well. So the thing is, you guys, live is nuanced, right? Like there's a lot, because live is complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated, but when you do have things like this, there are multiple reasons why these things happen and things go wrong. And so one of the things that we really try to train you on is how to troubleshoot, right? And so like kind of break it down to the basics, build from there, and you'll identify where your problem is. Okay. Victor pushes it to the limit. Jamie wanted to know, what is the best way to use ECAMM, PowerPoint, and Zoom all together? Okay, I believe I have a video on this channel from a couple of years ago about that, but I'll answer you now. So ECAMM, so you're gonna have PowerPoint, ideally on a separate computer, bringing that computer into ECAMM as a camera source. You can also have a second monitor that PowerPoint is running on, but I would not recommend doing it on one monitor only, just because it's hard to manage ECAMM and also the PowerPoint. So Keynote though. I just realized you said PowerPoint. Do you mean Keynote? Because you can't run ECAMM. So, okay, let's take it a step back. If you're running ECAMM on a Mac and then you have PowerPoint on a PC, because PowerPoint is PC, Keynote's Mac, I just want to make sure that we're talking about the same thing here. If you're running that on a PC, what you're going to do is bring that computer, that PC, into ECAMM through a capture card. Oh, PowerPoint also runs on Mac? Where have I been? Really? Okay. Really? I should probably know that. Really should. Okay. Sorry. But anyway, regardless, if it's on a second computer, you're going to bring that in as a camera source. We have a video talking about a computer setup. So you might want to watch that. Okay, sorry guys. All right, everybody's telling me, I got it now. Secondly, if you have that on a separate monitor, then your screen share is just going to, through ECAMM, your screen share is going to be that PowerPoint. Now, Zoom, I'm assuming what you want to do with Zoom is to send the, like this overlay, right? Like pretend that this is your PowerPoint. You want to send something like this, camera switches into Zoom. For that, you're going to enable your virtual camera inside of ECAMM. It is a pro feature. And then you're going to set your Zoom camera to be ECAMM Live Virtual Camera. That will get all of this fancy stuff into Zoom. Okay. Does that help answer your question, Jamie? I was today years old when I found out about PowerPoint on a Mac. Yes, I was. 42, by the way. I think you have to sing now to distract us from that faux pas. How did I not know that? I don't know. Before I go on to the next question, speaking of Zoom, those of you who have not registered for our Zoom Mastery live workshop coming up, it's going to like unleash a whole lot about Zoom and creating a higher quality without a bunch of fancy or costly tools, but a higher quality Zoom experience that is way more engaging than boring Zoom calls, and also it fixes Zoom fatigue. There really isn't, Zoom fatigue doesn't have to be true, right? If you use the tools and the strategies that we're going to teach you inside of this Zoom Mastery workshop, you can stay all day on Zoom and not have Zoom fatigue. Like, let's make them fun. Let's make them engaging. Let's make them powerful and memorable. Callie came up with this, and it's one of my favorites. To turn, Okay, hold on. To turn, I don't remember the phrase now. To turn boring? No, not yaws into yays. Oh, Callie's gonna say it in the chat room. But we want more. Oh, what a bore. It was what a bore. We're gonna turn what a bore into we want more. That's the phrase. Phew. That was another faux pas. Do I have to sing again? So that workshop is 90 minutes. It's gonna transform your Zoom experiences, hosting, and also just showing up on camera better as well when you're on somebody else's meeting. And so I really would encourage you. This is a workshop that we created because you all told us in droves that you need access to this type of information. So, as you know, we only do things that you need. We don't do things just for the sake of doing them. But we want to help you make sure that you have every tool at your disposal to just shine, to outshine everybody else doing things on Zoom. If you're running webinars or live trainings, calls, virtual events, then this workshop, just 90 minutes, is going to transform everything. So turn yaws into yays. You might have seen an ad, like if you're hanging out on Facebook with that. It's the coolest little video. It's cool. Anyway, how far away is the backdrop behind you? Ari, this is about 4 or 5 feet. And you'll see here I have 2 lights that are shining and making that. I have a video all about this backdrop actually, and usually I don't use this backdrop for my lives, but I was shooting recorded videos today, which I do use it. So on this channel you'll find a video all about this backdrop. Okay, so livestreamingpros.com/Zoom. Go get registered. Hang out with me. It's gonna be fun. I guarantee you that. You know me. Come on now. All right, next question from Dean. I'm okay to stream 720, kind of has style and music broadcasting, honestly. Is my 3.2 megabits per second upload speed gonna be sufficient? No, Dean. No. Oh, especially because you want to go to 3 places. Guys, one of the videos that I just shot this morning is about this. So you're going to love that video coming up next week. But yeah, 3.2 isn't going to do you any good, Dean. We're looking at 10, 12 megabits per second upload speed, so that you have the capability to allow for issues, right? So connections kind of like, they're not the stable connection, right? Even on Ethernet, if you test your connection like right in a row, it's gonna kind of deliver different numbers each time, right? And so if that connection drops significantly, and it can drop significantly, and then your stream is killed, even if you're only doing 1 stream. So for 3 streams, you've got to use Restream. I'd really like to see you, you can, I've seen it done, do it with 5 megs up. You're gonna run into some issues. You just are. So see if you can get higher upload speed. Don't ask for better internet, ask for higher upload speed. And then, because they'll only talk to you in download speed if you call your provider. The other option is business. They often have more dedicated and higher levels than the consumer level. It's more expensive, but that is an option as well. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. You want to get as much as you can. You put night cream on? Hey, show up with night cream. I don't care. Speaking of the Zoom, so after I'm done with this for a video that have recorded this morning, I need some B-roll. In order to finish out the video. So I'm asking whoever wants to come join to hop onto my Zoom account. You will be on camera. Don't come if you can't be on camera because I need everybody on camera. And you will also be on my YouTube video. So if you don't want to be, then don't show up. All right. It answered your question perfectly. Awesome. Fantastic. All right. Next up is Melissa. Is there any way to weatherproof our ZV-E10s? If not, it's okay to record in snowy or windy weather, just not rainy. Okay. So, you know, there are, if you search Amazon, I'm not sure the exact, like, it's just like kind of rain jackets for cameras. Like it's clear plastic. I've seen a couple of different versions of them. Typically those are for higher level cameras, like that have longer zoom lenses and that like people are shooting like nature and animal photography, but they have them for like all different styles of cameras. And so I would look at that. The ZV-1 is just going to be a little trickier for something like that because it doesn't have that longer lens. But if you search on Amazon for you said ZV-E10? Oh, ZV-E10, sorry. Okay, it'll be great for this. If you search for ZV-E10 weatherproof jacket, weatherproof covering, you should be able to find something that will work for that. And, you know, it depends on how snowy. Definitely you can shoot in windy weather. That's not going to affect it. You know, electronics, this is not advice. Don't take it as such. I'm just saying that electronics can handle a little bit more than we give them credit for, but also don't put that into like really rainy weather because that's going to cause you problems. But yeah, you should be able to find that, Melissa, on Amazon. Okay, rain cover. Okay. I'm being told that the term to search is rain cover. There you go. Perfect. Thanks, team. Okay. Awesome wood things. I know you teach what can go wrong. Do you teach what if everything goes right? Oh, Matt. Well, I mean, what is your question about that? Was that a sarcastic joke or is there a real question in there? What if everything goes right? Fantastic. Repurpose that. Do it, right? Use that content here, there, and everywhere. No. For what water level? Oh, I've dropped my MacBook in the toilet. Oh, Callie. No. Everything rarely goes right. Even today, everything's technically going pretty much right? Except like my behind the scenes camera earlier was hunting for focus. I'm chasing squirrels. I'm singing when I shouldn't be singing on camera. Like things still go wrong, quote unquote, right? All right, if you have questions, welcome. I feel like we've got a lot of new names. Where did you find us from? Let us know if you are new. Type new in the comments and let us know where you came across us. And I'm so happy to meet new friends. I'm so happy to answer your questions. And I would love for you to subscribe, hang out with us. Again, we're live every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm still chasing squirrels. It's just gonna be a chasing squirrels kind of day, Marco. You got a problem with that? Huh? I can't even pull that off. I can't. Okay. Let's see. Zoom workshop. Oh. Okay. Animal Paradise. So send an email to zoom@livestreamingpros.com for your Zoom question, a Zoom club question. I'll tell you guys in depth about that later. I don't want to, confuse everybody with all the things, but yeah. So livestreamingpros.com/Zoom if you want to join us in the Zoom Mastery Workshop. And then what Janet is asking is about something else that we tell you about after, but just email our support. Oh, yeah, you're trolling. Okay. No trolling? No trolling. Things on my channel are going really, really good. That's fantastic. Congratulations about that. So when things are going really good, I'm assuming you mean technically, but not just technically, but like audience growth, engagement, all of the things that should be, indicators of going well. If that's what you're talking about, then I want you to take this time when it is going so well, lean into what's working. I talk about that a lot inside of Accelerator program. Lean into the things that are working, do more of those things, and look for ways to enhance that, repurpose that content. And also right now is a perfect time for collaborations. Ask for bigger collaborations. Go shoot for the stars. Interviews, and really looking at ways that you can amplify what's working. Hope that helps. Okay. CS Live. Yes. Is Lita happening in April? Yes. Indeed. If you want to learn how to be more confident on camera and show up really more, I hate the word authentic, so I'm gonna call it real. Show up real, like you. Then I think the Lita page has a wait list, but livestreamingpros.com/Lita, Leda. This is a free challenge that we will be opening up for registrations in March. It's live every day in April. And it is, wow, an experience. Like, the people who go through it just freaking love this thing. So, yes, it's no longer in August. It's only once a year from here on out. So it's Lita in April. But yeah, I would love to see you there. It really is transformative to showing up more authentically, easier, and really and really help you kind of shine. Just be more confident, more comfortable, and create an engaging personality on camera. So, yes. All right, next question. Melissa, oh, I already answered that, sorry. Anthony, your general take on M2 Mac Mini, get it? Get that, no. Guys, the M2s, the M1s, the M2s, like, if you can, it depends on your needs. Whether you're gonna go for the M2 Mac Mini, whether you're gonna go for an M1 MacBook Pro, like, what are your needs? What is the setup that you need? And so we should do, we should do more content on the M2s and versus M1s. Hey, aside from, come on. Tina, do you have activity monitor open when you stream? Is it good to look at that for beginner streamers or those who have tech hiccups? Yeah, so Tina, I don't normally. I mean, sometimes I do when I'm kind of worried about something. If I'm testing new graphics, if I'm testing more cameras, like when I first set up all of this, 12 cameras, I don't even know how many are in here anymore. I just kind of go with that number because I just kept adding them. But when I first set it up, I had activity monitor open at all times. Then I got aware of where my issues were, fixed them, and then and now I don't. I think it's always a good idea to have it open. I'm not really in that habit on a regular basis, but it is a good habit to have, just to keep an eye on things, because you can see problems before they arise potentially too, right? Before something goes down. If you notice your CPU is getting higher and higher and higher, then you could be like, wait, hold on. Like, before the stream crashes, I'm just gonna remove some of these graphics. I'm gonna unplug a camera, like that kind of stuff. Activity monitor is really, really useful for catching problems that are occurring or before they occur. I love that song. Love that song so much. Yeah. I know. Like I'm trying not to say that because then I don't want to have to upgrade because yeah, but you know. Let's see, next question. To keep, so Melissa, to keep with the outdoor focus, what do you recommend for recording outdoor ambient sound with the ZV-E10, not voice? Ambient sound. I would work with like a little like Zoom recorder or something like that, right? In that case, that would be separate audio unless there's a way to like connect that. But and then you can just use the clapping method to make sure that you sync everything up properly in post. But unless somebody else has a different suggestion, you know, ambient sound is not my forte for sure. But if the community has a different suggestion, then let's look at all the options. Awesome. Zara, are views, subscribers, comments, or something else most important? Zara, I remember you from my masterclass. Thank you for popping on here again. Also, what tech do you have on your desk? Oh, I need to shoot my behind the scenes video, but I'm gonna wait because I have a package of some really cool stuff for my desk coming soon. Like it's on its way. It'll probably be here next week, but when I get all that stuff, it's gonna transform this desk and it's gonna be pretty awesome. And so I'll do a behind the scenes video of that. But I have I have 3 stream decks right here. I have a loop deck. I have a Blackmagic A10 Mini. I have a Rodecaster Pro. I have 2 sets of keyboards and mice. I have 15, 16 monitors. No, just joking. I have a face cam. I have my mic. Like, yeah, if there's anything specific you want more information about, let me know. But okay, so hey, look at me. There you go. Confirmation on the Zoom one. Okay, so the question, are views, subscribers, comments, or something else most important? Subscribers are definitely not the most important. To me, engagement, the comments, the longer watch time, engagement is what is going to transform the algorithm for you and get you more views, right? So for me, knowing everything that we know about how the algorithm works, knowing how content works and how people work, the more engagement you get, I guarantee you, that will drive more views, that will drive more subscribers, right? And so that's how I look at that. And also, at the end of the day, this is really important to hear. You probably heard me already say this, but you can have a strong community that will be loyal for you for years to come and have low views, right? It can be a small but strong community, and that leads you to some better sponsorships, to because they're going to buy from that sponsor. It leads you to better long-term sustainability in terms of the business back end. They're going to buy from you whatever it is you're providing, whether that's a membership or Patreon or whatever. So for me, engagement wins all out, all out, all out. Just felt like that needed a third one. Okay, Aaron. Okay, your shutter speed your shutter speed is going to be determined by the amount of light that you have. So it's not a one, you know, like if you have low light, you're going to use something else, right? So we have settings videos on the different cameras on the channel. And so I believe in that video, and the reason I'm pointing you to this video is because I believe in that video we show you like the different, what it looks like with different shutter speeds. So I would go watch that video for sure. Tim, I have a Sony ZV-E10 normally connected to my M1 iMac, but want to use it but want to use it on my MacBook Air, but it won't connect. Any ideas? Okay, you're not gonna stream from your Air. Don't even try. The Airs just aren't going to stream well at all. And so it might be an adapter issue. I don't know why it's not necessarily connecting, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because you're not gonna stream on an Air. It's not gonna work. Melissa, as far as I know, somebody, Daniel can correct me if I'm wrong, there are no current discounts out there for ECAMM. And also, let's not rely on discounts, people. I'm not calling you out specifically, Melissa, but you're the second person to ask this today. And I am a massive, massive, massive fan of supporting the people, the developers and the companies that support us, right? ECAMM just released 4.0 for no extra cost, which was stupid in my belief. The people aren't stupid. That was a stupid marketing decision. But it shows you how amazing they are. 4.0, huge release. So many new features. So much effort went into that. That thing was under development for a year. And that upgrade was in development for a year. And so let's support those people for doing the work that they do, and not only get it if it has a discount. That's my personal belief. But we do have a link for you, Melissa. And anybody else who wants ECAMM, we're gonna drop that in the chat for you. But yeah, it's well worth it. Oh, they do have a free trial. That's right, a 14-day free trial through that link. Zara, the ZV-E10, so there's a rumor going on. Daniel, correct me if I'm wrong. The last I heard about the ZV-E10 not being in production anymore is not that it's not in production anymore, it's that there were some delays to the production. But I'm under the belief, correct me if I'm wrong again, is that they have started production of those again. So yeah, and it's still in production, no more delays. Perfect. So you're good to go. You should be able to find those. Last time I looked on Amazon, you were able to buy them. So that's kind of an old rumor there. All right. Brian, email Zoom at livestreamingpros.com. Please. Thank you. Jamie, any reason not to use digital zoom on ZV-E10 to zoom into your face, or should I just buy a longer Sigma prime lens? Which lens? Oh, because you're using the kit lens. So digital zoom is always going to decrease the quality, right? And the more you zoom in, the worse it gets. So you're going to have that degradation going on. And so I would say it's really, really the better choice. Like sometimes we do have to zoom in. I'm zoomed in on this camera right here because it's such a wide angle because I'm going to reposition it. But that's the thing is like you really do want to kind of position it in a way that gets you the shot you want without digital zoom. That's your first priority. If you cannot for some reason, then you could zoom in digitally a little bit, but I wouldn't go too far because it is going to really show in that degradation. And so, yeah, like get a not a kit lens, get the lens that is going to work for the look and feel that you want. For example, this is the 30mm lens, right? And usually, or used to, you guys would see the 16mm that has like really wide, you could see all of my background. If you are not familiar with what kind of look the different lenses offer you, we have a video specifically about that shows you 3 different lenses and what that style looks like. So I would highly encourage you watch that if you have not already. There you go. All right. Tina, what do you think of content creators who promise items and even gadgets as prizes but never come through. Okay, I'm guessing this is coming from some personal experience. What happened, Tina? I guess my question would be, why do you think they haven't come through? Did they announce a winner? Did they just promise something for actions taken and never follow up on that or announce a winner? Some people do this mistakenly. They'll privately message the person who won and not make a big spectacle of it publicly. And that actually leads to this question, this thought process from everybody else. And a lot of creators do actually do that. They do follow through, but they don't say it publicly. And so if you're going to offer giveaways, definitely submit the winners publicly so that everybody knows that that has been taken action on. But yeah, so I guess I would ask, why do you feel that that has happened? If it's definitely true that they're promising and not delivering, I mean, that's trust broken right there, right? Like we don't want to do that. Absolutely not. And people are eventually going to figure that out and be like, I don't like you anymore, right? Jim, wait, hold on. Oh, sorry, hold on. So a couple of pro tricks here on that ZV-E zooming question. You can get quality zoom using clear image zoom, no quality loss. That's right. I forgot about that. And then you can also trick it to get a bit more zoom by enabling active stabilization. So that'll increase that capability a little bit more. How to choose a lens for the look I want if I know nothing about lenses. Watch the video that I was talking about a second ago. And we've probably already linked to it in the chat. It's a video. The thumbnail has 3 different pictures of me side by side, and that I tell you what you need to know. On this channel, there are videos that we, dive deep into the geeky stuff, but a lot of the recorded videos, a lot of those, we try very hard to not give you more information than you need to know when you're learning something new like lenses, right? So we kind of, get you the information in a succinct manner that gives you what you need to know without diving into all of the nitty gritty until you're ready for that. And we go deep into the nitty gritty inside of our course for sure. But for example, I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday and they were like, what is this long string of numbers, the RTMP? And, he didn't need to know that. So I'm not going to bog him down with a whole bunch of information. What is RTMP versus API versus all the different ways to connect? We do have videos on that subject, but anyway, hopefully that answers your question and more. Oh, that wasn't chasing squirrels. That was just over explanation right there. All right. Jim, I want to run 3 cameras, a Rodecaster Pro 2. By the way, did you know we have a whole tutorial series that Daniel did on the Rodecaster Pro 2 so that you get its use, you get all of the use out of it. It is a beast of a device that can do a whole lot, but it also is a little confusing to a lot of people. So there's a whole playlist on the RCP2, so you can really take advantage of the capabilities. But yeah, go watch that. Okay, coming back to your question. So you have 3 cameras, Rodecaster Pro, and your Stream Deck into your Mac Pro for ECAMM. What dock hub are you using to recommend it? The Caldigit TS3. The TS4 is out now. It's harder to find still, I think, but maybe those supply issues are bad. But there were some issues with the TS4 that I don't believe have been fixed. So I would go for the TS3 at this point. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jim. Okay. Zara. Oh, by the way, when you're choosing, I just want to say this real quick. When you're choosing a dock or a hub, but dock, like there's also a video that it goes into like what the difference is between a dock and a hub. But when you're choosing your docks, first identify what inputs you need. If you have, now you know, you have 3 cameras, you have the Rodecaster Pro, write it down. Like, get strategic about this stuff. Don't just buy willy-nilly. Write it down. You know, I have USB-A, I have USB-C, numbers of each. I need HDMI, like monitors, right? Gonna come in via HDMI or something else. So then, like, really calculate that. Look at everything that you have, and make sure that you're buying the thing that has enough docks or ports for that. Too often people just buy for buying sake because that's something I recommended, and they're like, this doesn't work because now I need 5 of these things, right? And I have 2, like I'm using multiple docks, but anyway. Yeah. Why didn't you even tell me I was over like 15 minutes? Holy cow. I've just been talking. Okay. So, oh, nice. Awesome, Jim. Well, I'm glad that I've been helpful to you. Stream Deck don't like sharing in a hub dock. Oh, yeah. You lost me at TS3. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Tina. Okay. So, here's the deal. Okay. Two things before we wrap this baby up. 1, register for Zoom Mastery. Zoom Mastery is going to transform your experience. We're going to kill bad Zoom calls. We're going to create a more engaging experience and look better on camera when you are on Zoom. It's 90 minutes only. It's a live workshop happening on March 1st. And this is something that you said you wanted from us, so we created it for you. So don't miss out on it. It is happening live, and you will want to show up live because you'll learn a lot just by seeing how we do it, right? And participating in that as an attendee so that you can do the same as a host for your own purposes. So livestreamingpros.com/Zoom. Then also immediately after I end this stream, I want you to come hang out with me on Zoom for 15 minutes tops, and if you were willing to be on a video that I'm recording, I just need some faces in there to do some specific actions. So turn on your cameras. Don't join if you can't have your camera on, but do come hang out with me for the next 15 minutes on Zoom. No. No! You're mean, Marcus. I'll sing, but I'll be muted. How about that? Ha! Everybody, put those dancing shoes on. We're going to dance this baby out and give shout outs to our YouTube members here. Thank you all so much for being an amazing community. Thank you for keeping me engaged long enough to go past the hour. I didn't even realize I was doing that, so I do apologize, but I would love to see you right back here next Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks. Bye.